There, see? We got a video for you. You just got a couple of models, they know, see?
Back in 2008, 2009, I met a person who lived locally to me at a local model railroad show. The gentleman said, I live in McGregor, Ontario, and it was like, oh boy, I live right around the corner from you. How about we meet up? It ends up that Mark Williams actually did live just down the block from me, and it was the start of a great friendship, and actually the start of my interest in model railroading in a commercial sense. Before, I was just merely interested in models, but after witnessing what a laser cutter could do, under the hands of an artist, a technical wizard. I don't know if he's a technical wizard. However, one thing I noticed in the very beginning was Mark Williams was the first one to take a image and render it onto wood using a laser cutter. I know that there's a number of different manufacturers today doing that with great results, but you know, back in 2008, it wasn't when laser cutters were first came out. However, you know, between the time laser cutters first came out and the time that Mark got his epilogue lasered, there was many advancements, and the ability to raster an image onto a chunk of wood with a laser was a major breakthrough. Or not a breakthrough, but it was a major feature in designing model railroad kits with a laser. And I think Mark was the one who pioneered that. Moving on, imagine that Laser Art had a travel layout for conventions like the NMRA show and great big shows like that, Train Fest. They even went to Springfield in Massachusetts. It's hard to say that word. Anyways, so I never built this layout, but I joined Joe LeMay while he built it. Joe LeMay is an exceptional modeler, and I learned a lot from Joe during my time hanging around the guys that Imagine That Laser Art. Now, I didn't officially work for ITLA. I did their social media presence in the early days. I made their Facebook groups and stuff like that. I also built their websites. And Imagine That Laser Art has been sold to a new gentleman who lives, surprise, surprise, just around the corner from me again, in London, Ontario. Nick Masney and his wife Renee are fantastic people, and they're continuing the product line with its city structures and stuff like that. They're really into brick-based structures, and I think it's really cool what they're coming out with these days. But back to Mark and Joe. So back in those old days, they inspired me to build craftsman kits, build kits like that. I wasn't allowed to paint the kits back then, I often say, and it really did something to me as a modeler, not being able to paint. I strived to learn how to paint through other ways, like buying craftsman kits. I'd trade my work for craftsman kits so that I could learn and expand my knowledge of the hobby. Well, anyways, this is a little display, or this is a little video of the Imagine That Laser Art display. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Talk to you later.